What's up, world? It's your boy Drew Marcy, rap coach extraordinaire, leader of the legends, mentor to the motivated. And in this video, we're gonna explain the 3 hardest parts of being a full-time rapper. This video is meant as a little bit of information and a lot of inspiration for somebody who's trying to make the transition into full-time artistry in the hip-hop game. If you're also an artist who maybe has made a little bit of money from rap already, but really wants to do this full-time and focus on nothing but music, hopefully this video will be of value to you as well. So without further ado, let's rock into the 3 hardest parts of being a full-time rapper. Before we start, let's define what being a full-time rap artist means by defining what it doesn't mean. It does not mean that you have to be globally famous or have a Billboard charting hit. It means that you are able to support yourself and or your family full-time as a rap artist. The reason we need to make this distinction is because being a full-time rapper is a totally achievable goal for you if that is your desire, but you may have to sacrifice the dream of only doing it full-time if you have that hit or are famous. While a lot of up-and-coming artists today say things like, I really just want to be able to do this full-time and focus on nothing but music, in behavior, they're often doing things that are just chasing the clout or chasing whatever their monetary goal is, rather than small, sort of humbling steps that would make them be able to be full-time, right? So they might poorly manage their time or invest their money in little clout ads on Instagram when they could use that very same amount to invest in producing songs that might go on TV, commercials, sync licensing, things that we'll talk about in a little bit that would make them be able to have that full-time income. So with that being said, the first hardest part of being a full-time rapper, regardless if you have that global clout, is managing your time based on lifestyle and not clout. Managing your time based on your lifestyle that you want and not clout. Now I can say, as somebody that's been able to do world tours, make 6 figures consistently over the last couple years from my music, travel around the world, perform for some of my idols, even the Barack Obama political campaign back in the day, without having some of the cool ego boosting of a Billboard charting hit or being always recognized on the street because of my rap. Sometimes How to Rap Drew as me as the coach gets recognized, but not being able to have the paparazzi going after me and whatever it is that I feel will make me look like the cool rapper. Not having those things while still having this cool lifestyle that's taking me around the world, I've had to come to a realization that my lifestyle and being able to direct my own time and decide where I'm going to invest my attention and the freedom that comes from a full-time rap lifestyle has to be more important than if I get recognized on the street or somebody can sing my song from the side of a car or whatever it is. Now, on the other hand, there's a lot of rappers whose names we might know who haven't gotten some of the perks that I've gotten because I was just practicing trying to be humble, right? And to be honest, I'm jealous of those people even to this day. So there might be rappers who we all know their household name in the United States, right? Their household name, and they have the connections, they have the record label clout, we know their songs, but they haven't traveled around the world for whatever reason it is. I mean, legal issues, it might be music isn't well known overseas or whatever. So they may not have some of the same perks, but they have things that, to be honest with me, I'm jealous of, right? So if you're trying to be a full-time artist, the first thing you must focus on is what is more important. Am I going to invest my attention into things that may give me some of the perks I really want? Like, who doesn't want to travel because of it? But I have to accept that I can't keep trying to compete with rappers just because they're famous or get recognized in the street. If going full-time is that priority and you've answered the question for yourself and you want to know how to transition from music full-time without outside funding or a prior fan base, pick up our free book, which will describe step-by-step in detail how to start a music career from scratch in under 6 weeks by visiting the video description box below. Second hardest part of being a full-time rapper is, why have I never heard of you? Why have I never heard of you is going to be one of the most common questions you're going to get as a full-time artist unless you add major clout. All right, you need to understand that the vast majority of fans only evaluate a rapper based on if they generate a lot of buzz, like do I know their name, or do they have so much money and show so much money and so much lifestyle selling that I can feel like they're justified. Look, your average fan only thinks a person is a real rapper if they've heard of them, or only thinks they're a real rapper if their song is mentioned by a friend. Like, that's how we discover new people. You ain't heard of this new dude, you ain't heard her, she popping right now, right? And if you allow the fan base's way of evaluating who is a legitimate rapper to affect you, it's gonna be very difficult for you to go full time, because again, you're gonna be focused and chasing things that don't really matter, like fake vanity numbers on Instagram or SoundCloud, rather than money-making opportunities that we'll talk about in the next step that'll actually get you that full-time career. My usual response when somebody says something like, why have I never heard of you, or how are you gonna be a real rapper, I ain't never heard your tracks and things like that, is I usually just say, if only if they're trying to mess with me, I usually just say like, I don't need for you to hear of me for me to be successful, or for me to be doing this full-time, or some version of that. But often people are just asking it because they literally are wondering like, are you famous? Should it matter? So don't always take it as an insult if they ask you that. And the last hardest part of being a full-time rapper is accepting that you can do songwriting as a business without having to write your life story. One of the biggest secrets of going full-time in music, regardless of getting that industry cosign, is your ability to write songs that businesses or people of influencers find lucrative. So again, going back to my personal experience as a full-time rapper, I was writing for the last couple of years theme songs for businesses, everything from dating companies to cryptocurrency businesses, and I was being paid 6 figures in assets, including world tours and things like that, for doing this. But these were theme songs. These weren't my life story or autobiographical bars for Drew's life and getting it all out on the page. These were theme songs for businesses, and it was very lucrative. It was able to help me pay my bills and travel and do cool stuff, right? One of the things you'll have to accept if you're trying to make that transition into full-time is, can I be making songs? Can I practice making songs that may not tell this life story that I felt like I had pent up, right? Are you able to separate songwriting as a business versus songwriting as a therapeutic behavior that often when we start writing songs, we think that's the only way to write songs, but that may not pay your bills. Not everyone needs to hear your story right now, and you can get full-time, get the money, get the clout, get the lifestyle, and then come back around and make, you know, the album you've been wanting to make your whole life. The second option is sync licensing. Sync licensing is where you write music for TV, commercials, films, games, and things of this nature. Now, this can be a very lucrative option to get you into the full-time music game. I mean, I've heard you can make as much as $10,000 to $30,000 for just one song in the right sync deal. As I mentioned, you may not literally be able to write your life story here, but it will certainly help you go into rap full-time. Now, if you're interested in learning how to write songs for businesses, get those 6 figures in assets, and go full-time, we have a video course called The Top 20 Songwriting Secrets of Full-Time Rappers. I'll put that as well in the video description box below, totally for free, where I'll give you my secrets on how I was able to do that and some of the perks we've talked about. Now, let's quickly review the main bullet points of why it can be hard to be a full-time rapper. You have to manage your time based on lifestyle and clout. You have to go through that humbling process where you're making decisions that'll make you money, even if they won't turn you into an ego-driven superstar. You have to understand that people are going to ask you, why have I never heard of you? Because people will question your legitimacy because they just think that's the only way you can be a real poppin' artist. And number 3, songwriting is a business, and you don't always have to tell your life story to make a ton of money in this game. So that is today's video. I appreciate you watching. Of course, it's your first time watching this. Be sure to subscribe. We're rocking back into daily videos here at How to Rap, so I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. It's a big homie Drew. Now.